Hey everyone, Demonite here. In this video I want to revisit my assault rifle Axton build. I reworked this build a bit and added a bunch of stuff to it, so even though this isn't an in-depth video like my grenade or soldier Axton builds, it's a complete save file with equipment specifically for this build. So let's get started. Currently I'm using the Ogre and Blaster for an explosive playstyle, but I have pretty much any other assault rifle you would want to use on Axton here as well, so you have a lot of options. Then as always a slagger, grog and also a slag pimpernel in the backpack for slagging and healing. As the shield I got the antagonist, but any good shield works just fine. The big boom blaster is also a good option since this build has some synergy with grenades. When you're going for that you can use high damage grenades like the fastball, but right now I'm using the quasar for crowd control and depleting shields. The relic I'm using is an explosive relic or a bone if I use other elements, but I have a bunch of other relics on here as well in case you want to mix things up. Then finally the class mod is the Rifleman of course, because it's Axton's assault rifle class mod and generally provides a lot of DPS. However, I also have the Gunner class mod here because it is excellent for taking down bosses. I have two versions of it, one with steady and one without it, in case you want to use a weapon that doesn't have grenade splash, like for example the Lead Storm, which can wreck Saturn. Now let's move on to the skills. This spec right here is the standard build for the Rifleman. The Rifleman is a pure DPS class mod, but going for max DPS with assault rifles comes with the cost of heavier than usual investment in the gunpowder tree. If you want to trade DPS for survivability, you can take some points from expertise or overload and put them into quick charge instead. In case you're using the sham or big boom blaster, you should definitely put at least a single point in it. You could also put points into nuke, phalanx, shield, laser sight or max out grenadier if you really want to. However, I do recommend putting points into overload since it helps certain assault rifles a lot, especially those with high fire rate or high ammo consumption like the Hail or the Blaster. If you're using Jacob's assault rifles, you can consider taking the points from overload and putting them into duty calls for some extra damage. The Becca and Hammerbuster don't need overload at all, but the Gatling gun is pretty heavy on ammo. And finally, if you're using the Hail or the Kitten, you can take points from Willing and put them in Crisis Management for even more damage, since Quick Charge is not used and you can health gate a lot with those weapons. Now the second build is for the Gunner class mod. This one depends a bit on what you're doing and what gear you are using. The spec right here is for assault rifles with grenade splash damage. All three of the boosted skills are a huge DPS increase for assault rifles, especially combined with the B shield. Other important skills are obviously Battlefront and Do or Die, as well as shield skills for the B. When you're using the B, gun damage barely makes a difference since it's additive, so you don't need to put points into skills like Impact. If you're not using guns with grenade splash, you can go for a double up and Gemini build like this one. Depending on how frequently you can activate your kill skills during the battle, you can switch a single point from Metal Storm to Overload if you want to. So that's my assault rifle Axton build. It's very powerful for both mobbing and boss fights, and it's one out of many examples of assault rifles being just as good as other guns. As always, I'll put a download link in the description so you can try the build out for yourself. Have fun with the build, thanks for watching and see ya everyone.
Deploying sentry! Turret deployed! You fellas meet the missus? I'm not fighting.